This morning, this car burst into flames in Norfolk. I want you to watch this. They were simply just trying to get out of a snow ditch.
So that got us thinking, how do you get your car out of snow without this happening? 13 News Now reporter Elise Brown spoke with experts at AAA about safely driving out of snow.
Many roads across the area still look like this. Lots of snow and patches of ice like down here. Cars and trucks still getting stuck. So we want to know, how do you get out of this without damaging your car? AAA answers that question.
This car on fire. The driver tells us he rocked it back and forth, putting it in drive and reverse. But at some point, his transmission caught fire.
That can happen if you let the tires spin too much, trying to get momentum.
Scott Mitchell is the fleet operations manager for AAA Tidewater. He says you can rock your car back and forth using drive and reverse. However, there's a proper way to do it.
And straighten the wheels, and you want to use a rocking method, forward and backwards at low speed. You do not want to gun the tires and let them spin. That's not going to give you any traction.
You also don't want to let a non-professional attach a chain to your car. It could cause serious damage, like pulling your bumper off. What might get you out? Digging snow and ice away from the tires. If that fails, put something underneath the tires, like floor mats. That's exactly what the Marks brothers did. It wasn't their first time getting stuck either.
We thought we could just keep on moseying by, and then we got stuck. But we brought our carpet, so we slipped it right underneath the tire. Just give it a little push while the person's pressing on the gas, and then coast on right out.
If you still can't get out, tow companies and AAA are out in full force today to help. They just ask for patience and for people to stay off the roads if possible. Elise Brown, 13 News Now.
And AAA tells us yesterday they got about 500 calls for help. They weren't able to tow cars because the roads were so treacherous. Employees could only help vehicles that were still drivable. Today, the company says they can respond to everyone, but they have already gotten more than 300 calls. Wow. Well, when the mercury drops this low, we've told you about some emergency items you need to keep in your car. Things like extra gloves and flashlights and food.
There are also a few things that you want to take out, and those includes your electronic devices, canned foods, drinks, medications, and even musical instruments, believe it or not. Devices with lithium-ion batteries can stop working in the cold, and you may not have known a can of soda can burst if it freezes.
Pop, pop, pop.
There's the proof.
Medications can also lose their effectiveness if they freeze, and the cold weather can cause instruments to go out of tune. If your instrument is made out of wood, it can even crack. If you do forget an instrument in a freezing car, try to warm it up gradually.